All right, here we go. All right, if you are joining us right now on Facebook Live or ABC24 Plus, give me just a second. I'm going to send out an app alert for this, and we will get into the snowfall that is continuing to happen. While I'm doing that, drop down in the Facebook comments. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're seeing, and how much snow you have seen so far. All right, now that we've got that alert going out, thank you for joining us right now. 9:04 on this Friday morning. You might be watching a replay of this, but should be around 9 or 10 a.m. as we continue to track this snow that is rolling through the Memphis metro area. Here is the live look at radar right now. Many of us still seeing snowfall. This is the radar as it stands at 9:05 this morning. Where you're seeing this blue and white, that is all snow. So Memphis, DeSoto County, much of North Mississippi, this is all snow. It is a little lighter in some areas where you see the white color. That is a little bit lighter snow. The blues are where there is some heavier snow. So we do have some pockets in here. Crittenden County about to come into Memphis. Fayette County, Hardeman County, all seeing some pretty decent snowfall rates right now. And there's a couple of pockets within the metro area where that snow is coming down at a pretty good clip. Olive Branch along 269, I'm really watching that area. And then some heavy snow as well coming into West Memphis and just about to cross the river into Memphis as well. Now down in North Mississippi, as expected, we are getting a little bit of sleet and rain mixing in. So the purple in here, that is kind of a mix of snow, sleet, and rain. The green is plain rain. So places like Clarksdale and Marks, they're almost all rain right now. Those folks have already had several inches of snow. There could just be a little sleet falling on top of it. That's probably the case in Oxford right now as well. So that's the way it looks on the radar. Most of us still seeing snow. This is how it looks outside. This is a live look at 9:06 at the flyover. I've had a lot of questions about the flyover. Traffic is making it, but we've seen several cars spin out right in here. TDOT has been trying to get in with a plow every 30, 45 minutes or so to clear out a lane on the interstate. You see they've done that here. But the problem is it's snowing, and it's snowing so heavy that once they clear it out, it gets slick again within a matter of minutes. So if you have to be out today, be aware the interstates will have a lane open. But it is still going to be very slick out there, even if it looks like the lane is clear. This is some of the side streets. This is Cordova on Walnut Grove Road. You see we do have a couple of lanes clear here where folks have been driving in front of Hope Church. But even with the few lanes that are clear across the Mid-South, it is still slick. So just please, if you can, stay home. That's going to be your best bet. This is a camera I want to show you. This is from Corinth. Our friends at Iron Rail Cam sharing this with us. A good blanket of snow in Corinth and Alcorn County. And of course, it is still coming down. We have several hours left of snow. It will start to taper off, but some areas could pick up another quick inch depending on where you are. Now, this is down in Oxford. Now, Oxford was a little different this morning because they had that sleet mix in like we talked about. So they had kind of a mix of sleet, rain, and snow. And that's already started to melt just a little bit. So roads are clearing up a bit in Oxford right now. It doesn't look as bad as it did earlier. But all of that is going to refreeze overnight tonight. And that's kind of the next big issue that we're going to be concerned about. Look at this storm system. It is a big one. The heaviest snow now out toward North Alabama coming into Georgia. It's snowing pretty much everywhere in Tennessee right now. And this is kind of the back edge of that storm system. So it's about to end in Little Rock. Again, it'll start to taper off a little bit here in the Memphis area over the next few hours. But we're still going to be dealing with some light snow, at least through lunchtime. And that is why a winter storm warning does remain in effect for all of the Mid-South, not only for today, but also through the weekend, with travel issues expected to continue. I do want to show you some of our snowfall reports. Our ABC24 weather watchers and some folks with the National Weather Service are starting to send in some reports. And for now, the forecast is pretty much as we expected. There's nothing super crazy different that happened with the forecast. This is kind of what we were expecting for several days now since we were forecasting snow. In the Memphis metro, anywhere from 6 to 7 inches. That's what we've seen so far. In Shelby County so far, it looks like about 6. A little less in DeSoto County in some spots, about 5.5 in Horn Lake, close to 4 in other parts of Horn Lake. That 5.5 was in Hernando, actually. About 6.5 in Collierville, but again, we have another hour of snow to go, at least that, the good heavy snow, so we could add to those totals a bit. 4.5 from Selmer to Corinth, about 4 in Oxford. Again, some of that was sleet. 5.5 out near Marvel, Arkansas, and then about 4 not far from Como. So a pretty decent snow across the Mid-South, and we have some more coming in where that came from. Let me switch over to the hour-by-hour radar. We'll kind of play this through the rest of the day to show you what you can expect. Again, right now, most areas seeing snow. There's a little bit of that mix in North Mississippi. Here's lunchtime, 12 o'clock, still snow falling for most of us, but temperatures will try to start to climb a little bit. We're going to get above freezing this afternoon just as the snow clears out. Here's 4 p.m., most of it gone by then, and our temperatures get above freezing. So some of what's on the road will have a chance to melt a little bit this afternoon. And what crews are going to do, they're going to look for that window of time from when the snow stops and they know they can get the roads clear without more falling, and temperatures falling below freezing. In Memphis, they have from about 3 p.m. to, let's see, when do temperatures drop below freezing? About 9 o'clock. So they have about 6 hours. What they're going to do, that's going to be their crunch time. They're going to be out there basically trying to rush to get as much clear as they can before it freezes, because honestly, the perfect snow to plow is when it's melted just a little bit. When it's a little bit wet, they can just scoop it up and push it out of the way. So that's what's going to happen on most of the interstates this afternoon and this evening. Once the snow stops, they're going to plow through, get at least a lane open. But on the side streets, the streets that don't get plowed, it's going to be a hard freeze tonight. Temperatures in the mid-20s overnight. And so whatever is left on the roads tonight will be a hard freeze, and it will pretty much be a solid sheet of ice. Thank you, Ruben. He brought me a sandwich. I thought you had a snowball for a second. That's why I was a little concerned. I was worried you were going to sneak over and get me with a snowball. We got Bojangles. How about that? Thank you, Ruben. I appreciate that. So again, like I was saying, whatever's left on the roadway is going to hard freeze into a solid sheet of ice tonight if they don't have a chance to clear it up. Again, they're going to have a few hours. We're going to lay some salt out, try to plow as much as they can. So the interstates tomorrow might not be too bad, but side streets are going to be a disaster early tomorrow morning. Now, we will get above freezing tomorrow afternoon again with some sunshine. So even though we have a hard freeze tonight, we go back to the sunshine tomorrow. That'll help a little bit, even if it's below freezing. Sometimes that sunshine can kind of break up the snow a little bit. We get to 34, so a little bit of melting tomorrow, and then a refreeze Sunday morning. And then we'll kind of do the same thing again with another melt Sunday afternoon, a high near 40. There will still probably be some slick spots going into early Monday as well. It might be Monday afternoon or even Tuesday afternoon before things get completely back to normal. I do want to show you some other cameras around town. This is some of the bridges that I want to show you. This is going to be the I-40 bridge here at the top. And again, they've cleared a couple of lanes, but it's still very slick. You're going to have to go very slow if you have to be out. The I-55 bridge may be a little better. They've cleared some of that. Helena Bridge right now looks just wet, but there can be patches of ice, so you don't need to be going out like it's a normal day. And then some clearing there on the surface streets that are at the flyover. This is a look down in Mississippi for what's going on. A little bit clearer now at Goodman and Getwell, and by clearer, I mean there are tire tracks in the road. It's still dangerously slick. We've seen so many cars this morning sliding out, hitting the walls. I mean, countless cars that have had to be towed away because they get a little too confident and then they start sliding. So even if you see a lane that's clear, that's good. You can get in those lanes. but there will still be patches of slick spots and patches of ice, especially once you hit the exit ramps. They're going to be very slick, and then your side streets, they're going to be pretty slick as well. I have some more cameras for you I can show you. This is, there's 240 in Poplar. They're moving the camera around a little bit. 240, mostly clear, actually. They've done a really good job on 240. 55 in Mallory, not bad. We've got some lanes open at 40 in Canada, and then 385 in Kirby Parkway. But again, it's going to be your side streets that we do have the biggest issues on. So again, just as a reminder to say it one more time, if you're just joining us kind of on the tail end, we have a couple more hours of snow to go. Now in North Mississippi, this might mix in with a little sleet or rain, especially from Oxford to Batesville to Clarksdale. So you might not see much more accumulating snow. That rain's going to kind of fall on top of it and just make it kind of a slushy, sloppy mess. But for the rest of us, a good 2, 3, 4 more hours of decent snow. So if you're in Memphis, I would expect to add at least an inch on top of what we already have. And again, that's going to make it harder for crews that are going to have to keep getting out to treat the roadways. So again, this snow will end for most of us in Memphis probably by 3 o'clock. It'll end everywhere by 5. And then crews are going to rush to clear as much as they can before things freeze tonight. I would be really weary of driving early tomorrow morning because all that slushy mess is going to freeze solid on the roadways, and it's going to be solid ice in most spots tomorrow morning. So if you can, I know some people want to do stuff Saturday, that's fine. Try to wait until later in the day if you can. Wait until the sun comes up at least, because early in the morning when the sun is still down and it's cold, all of that stuff is going to hard freeze. So again, good day, a good weekend. Just stay at home if you can. If you have to be out, just take it extremely slow. I'll show you those snowfall reports one more time because I want you to help us with these. We have to fill in some gaps. Some of these reports are a little old, and some places haven't gotten reports yet. Memphis, DeSoto County, anywhere from 5 to 7 inches. That's right on par with the forecast. So spot on for the forecast for us. About 4 in Oxford. Again, that is also mixed with some sleet. A little less up to the north, but again, several more hours of snow to go. So I would add on an inch probably to whatever you see on this map for your area. You'll probably get an extra inch, maybe even 2 in some spots on top of that. If you have snowfall reports, if your area, maybe you see a gap in the map there, or you just want to share your photos and videos, remember you can join the ABC24 Weather Watchers Facebook group. It has blown up this morning. Just go search ABC24 Memphis Weather Watchers on Facebook, and you can find that group and join it. You can also scan the code there. If you're not watching on your phone, you can scan it with your phone, and it'll take you there. Photos, videos, stick a ruler in the ground, show us how deep the snow is, and then we can pass some of those reports along to the Weather Service. There's also some really cute pictures in there. I want to show you one of them. This is from Taylor down in DeSoto County. She shows us Maddox playing in the snow. So I know snow can be serious, and we got to deal with all the road issues and closures and stuff, but it is fun for the people that get to stay home and enjoy it. Maddox seems to really have enjoyed the snow in Olive Branch, and because it is kind of a wet snow, it's really good for making snowballs and snowmen. So if you get the chance to do that, to just take off some steam and enjoy some of that snow today, do it. But again, I would stay off the roads if you can. So again, still snowing in Memphis, coming down at a pretty good clip. It's going to continue like this until at least 2 or 3 o'clock. So expect another inch on top of what you have. Road issues, worst tomorrow morning. It's going to be terrible tomorrow morning. A little better by tomorrow afternoon. Pretty bad Sunday morning, and then a little better Sunday afternoon. We'll be in that kind of off and on process. I do expect some more black ice early Monday morning, probably a few slick spots, and then finally maybe some more improvement by Monday afternoon. So this weekend, things are going to stay pretty slick. So if you can, just stay home, stay inside. We are going to be here watching things for you, not only today, but through the weekend. As the snow continues to fall. So stay with us right here on ABC24. We are back at 11 a.m. with a special extended hour of our midday newscast. We'll be here